Zintuthwane zimbimgodi emalini umano bezovuma shone phansi zihlushwa zintuthwane zimbimgodi emalini umano bezovuma shone phansi zihlushwa zintuthwane zimbimgodi emabaleni umano bezovuma shone phansi zihlushwa zintuthwane zimbimgodi emabaleni. Zani Royals, please tap the screen if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Tap the screen if you can hear me. That way I know you can hear me. There's no interference. And Togozeni, thank you. I see. Keep tapping that screen. Ninjani, how is everybody doing? Togozeni. Umano bezovuma shone phansi zihlushwa zintuthwane zimbimgodi emabaleni umano bezovuma shone phansi. Oh, I think I can get started. Those who will catch me as I go along, but I think I need to get started. I had decided I wasn't coming here today, but then it was decided for me that I was. Let's greet properly. Thokozeni, Chamagwini, Lesedihanya, Tovela, Dumelang, Kwaziwai, Ninjani, Habarigani, Abusheni, Muribwanji. I think I've covered Kedu. I know I've forgotten one. Somebody taught me something on the YouTube. It's a little bit complicated, so I'm going to need to study. I don't even know how to pronounce that greeting, but when I get it, it will be incorporated. Hotep Royals, how is everyone doing this evening, this new moon energy evening? The new moon energy is not as taxing on the body as is the full moon. And with obvious reason, the new moon is when she herself is not visible up in the sky. She, Great Mother, is in a darkness. So we talk about that space as the womb space. And it's the new moon in Cancer. It came in this morning. And her energy is going to be around for the next 3 days. So any ritualing that you want to do, you certainly have an opportunity if you miss doing your ritual tonight. And I think tonight I will share a specific ritual for you guys. I have a money ritual, so maybe I will share that. But just wanted to explain the significance of doing a money ritual with this particular ritual. So maybe I will share that. But just wanted to explain the significance of doing a money ritual with this particular. What that means is that is also a feminine energy, that is a nurturing energy. So this new moon is also a feminine energy, that is a nurturing energy. So this new moon is about nurturing, it's about family, it's about home. And interestingly enough, I've been doing a series on children and families. And as when I've done this part, I do want to go in and talk about the blended family, because that's very important. There are issues around the blended family we can talk about. So again, I love how spirit will always align me without me realizing that I'm being aligned to anything. Most of the time, you know me, I'm just to anything. Most of the time, you know me, I'm just I'm following instructions, and then afterwards I look back, I'm like, oh, so that's why you were making me do this. So now also something about this new moon. So it's a new moon in Cancer, but also Jupiter is aligned with Cancer and this new moon. The planet Jupiter is a planet of ambition. It's actually a planet of abundance. And so that ritual, and keep it strictly about money. We're in the season of Set, Umbilizi, yes, Set ritual. And keep it strictly about money. We're in the season of Set, Umbilizi, yes, Set the destroyer, but is also known as the king, meaning the king of worldly things. So it also aligns with doing money rituals. Family, there's meaning the king of worldly things. So it also aligns with doing money rituals. Family, there's nothing wrong with money. Right? There's nothing wrong with wanting abundance. We were not born to suffer. Nobody was born to suffer and to be poor. And so we are not of that religious persuasion that's why in spirit they shall inherit heaven, because we know there's no heaven to inherit. We, when they told us there's a heaven and all are in heaven, busy building their heaven with our resources here. So we're not about absolutely nothing. Matter of fact, I'm here to tell you that if you have a problem with money or a problem with people who have money, you will repel money. Money is an energy. So if your subconscious programming is still within that book that tells you that money is to manifest the abundance that is rightfully your birthright. Everybody on this planet was born to be abundant. No one can come here and tell me that anyone who was born on this planet was born to suffer, right? And in our Black community, we have been brainwashed, many of us, to believe that suffering is normal for us. There's nothing normal about suffering. There's absolutely nothing to glorify in poverty. That is a thing we should all be fighting within ourselves, or our family, and also as community. Our ancestors were very abundant. And I'm not talking about your near ancestors who are post-colonization. I'm not talking these 5-6 generations after these creatures came and invaded our lands. I'm talking about your ancient ancestors who were capable of building pyramids. Your ancient ancestors, one of whom is is Tutankhamun, who had pure gold sandals. You can see them. They took them, of course. They take everything and they put them in some British museum somewhere. But and our ancestors were wearers of. They were opulent, right? And understood that it was a spiritual thing too to be that way. So as long as your abundance or state of abundance or wanting abundance is not rooted in the physical and in the physical only, you actually have an obligation to call in what is in the ethereal or spiritual realm for yourself and for your family. Always remembering that we are all interconnected. One of my big mpatlo when I talk about money issues with my ancestors and I do my venerations and I call in my abundance is I always remind them I have never and I will never eat alone. So I'm like, bring it, okay? Bring it, all of it, times 10, times 1,000, bring it, because I have never and will never eat alone. And that is a pledge that is known within my family. It's known to anyone who knows me. I never eat alone. Therefore, I have no shame or shyness in asking for the... I don't. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you, that please change your mindset around money. Because if your mindset around it is negative, in spirituality, we know that negative attracts negative, positive attracts positive, right? It's not this nonsense science that we've been taught. If you have negative feelings around money, if you have feelings of unworthiness deep rooted in your subconscious around good things, you feel you're not worthy enough of good things, you will not manifest anything. You can do as many rituals as you want, but what you're going to do is you're going to interfere with your own rituals. You're going to self-sabotage, basically, is what I'm trying to say to you. So if you've got issues around money, issues around abundance, if you've also got a scarcity mindset, What is the scarcity mindset? The scarcity mindset is something that, to be honest, the colonizer did a good job in burying within us, which is that there is never enough, right? There is never enough. The little that you have, you want to hold on to tightly. Well, look what happens when you hold something on tightly like this. Your hand is closed. What is a closed hand? It means you're blocking any opportunity for whatever is out there to come and land in your hand. So you will hold on to the little that you have, but that's all you're going to have. In other words, money is an energy that needs to be held loosely, right? If you can help another, take out from whatever you have and give. Not to your detriment, meaning not that after you've given, now you are suffering. No. Don't get me wrong. I need you guys to understand me. But hold your money loosely so that somebody who needs your help can get your help. Treat yourself. There are people who are stuck with the, I want to accumulate. That is a scarcity mentality, because what you're saying is there isn't enough. And again, that repels wealth. That repels abundance. Ever notice how people who are generous of spirit just have this largesse, this big heart? They give without thinking twice. Have you ever noticed how abundant such people are? And most of you will tell yourselves, well, they can afford to be that way because they are abundant. What you don't realize is they are abundant because they are generous of spirit. Two different things. So if you want to manifest, if you want real abundance, hold that energy of money loosely in your hand. Because as some comes out, more comes in. As some comes out, more comes in. If you do this, well, you'll keep whatever little that you have, but ain't nothing more going to be able to come in. All right? Okay, so here's a ritual. This is a great time to do this. Like I said, the next 3 days you can do it. By the way, Jupiter is going to be in Constellation Cancer all the way until July 25, 2026. What does that mean for you? Not really much, unless you're interested in astrology. But for purposes of our manifestation here, Jupiter is around, aligning with Cancer, aligning with this new moon. It is a planet of abundance and ambition. Go for it. Right, here's a ritual. I think, let me, just give me a second, because I'm going to need to get, no, I can use, let me see what I have in my wallet. I can demonstrate something from my wallet. Let's see what I have. Okay, let's use this bill. Right, you're going to get a bill. Now you can use $5, $50, $100. You can use $20. If you're in South Africa, 5 Rand, 10 Rand. What else is there? 20 Rand is there, right? There is a 50 Rand, and there is 100. Wherever you are in the world, take a bill, any bill. I would avoid using the one. Here's again. Your manifestation work will start with you shifting your mentality. If you're going to use a $1 bill for this, don't be surprised if, yes, you're calling in money and money comes in drips and drabs. Whenever I do rituals, I try to use high denominator notes. There is a reason for that. The only reason I'm using 20 is because I don't have a 50 or 100 lying around, but I definitely like to use higher order bills because energetically I know what I'm doing. I am literally calling that in. I'm not going to play with small $5 bill, $1 bill. That doesn't assist me in any way. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Then in a container like this, I've already done mine. I did mine with my little girls. We all did it. But I'm going to just demonstrate. What is in here? This is cinnamon powder, guys. I had cinnamon powder. Now, what you can do is you can take olive oil and mix it with cinnamon powder to make this paste like this. Right? When you do your ritual, you want to make sure there's a white candle or a green. I did mine with green candles and white candles. Green is abundance. green is money, basically, abundance. And the white candle, it amplifies. It's like a quartz crystal. It amplifies the power of the whole ritual. Whatever it is I'm doing, white candle amplifies it, right? So green candles, you can have one, you can have two, you can have whatever. Mine are sitting there, they're burning right now. I'm going to leave them burning until I go to bed, and I'm going to burn them for the rest of the week. And then a white candle, right? So what you're going to do is in this, you're going to put a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. It smells nice. And then you can use olive oil. Right? You can use olive oil. Olive oil is also green, abundance. What I use though is I have a luck oil, like an abundance oil that I make. So that's what I used to do this. So then after you've done your mixing, right? Mix, mix, mix. You don't have to say anything. Now you have a paste like this. You're going to take your note, right? And then you're going to be saying this. Money, 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 come to me in abundance. Money, 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 come to me in abundance. Right? And I'm going to spread my cinnamon paste all over one side of the note. Doesn't matter which side you do it. And while I'm spreading, I'm just going to be saying, money, money, come to me in abundance. Money, money, come to me in abundance. Money, money, come to me in abundance until I'm done. I'm not going to do this one because I want to spend it. Mine is done already. Then after you're done, you're going to take your note. The side which you did this, you're going to start folding towards you. Now watch, right? I'm going to be folding towards me. The cinnamon side up. Money, money, money comes to me in abundance. Money, money, money comes to me in abundance. Money, money, money comes to me in abundance. Money, money, money come to me in abundance. Money, money, money come to me in abundance. Money, money, money come to me in abundance. Now you have to be intentional when you're saying this. I'm just saying this now because I've got you guys here. Now I've got it like this. What then you do is you take red wool or red thread. I don't have any around because I wasn't sure whether I was going to be allowed to do this with you guys. You take red wool, and then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap this red wool all around this. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Maybe like this. You know what? Actually, let me show you mine so you see what it looks like. Hold on. All right, I did mine earlier on. So this is what it's going to look like when it's completed, right? So you wrap, and then you tie it. Why do we do this? Many people call in abundance. Abundance comes, and as soon as it comes, it goes. So what you're doing is this is a way of protecting your abundance. So now as you wrap the thread around, you're going to be saying, my money is protected. My abundance is protected. My money is protected. My abundance is protected, until you've wrapped it and you've tied a knot and you have something like this. The reason you say that is because we've already talked about this. There are people out there destiny swapping. There are people out there manifesting other people's lives. There are people out there working spells to take your money, to take your abundance, and they're very good at it. So when you are saying whatever is mine is coming to me and is protected, meaning even as it comes to you, because most of your abundance get intercepted before you even have it in your hand. Correct? How many people have said, you know what, everything I try to do, it just ends. Like a business, I try a business, it just amounts to nothing. That's because somebody could have worked some spells so that you don't even hold anything. So when you do this, your abundance is still in the ethereal plane. You're immediately and automatically protecting it on that spiritual level so that it arrives to you. That is what that protection is. And then once you have it, how many of you are like, you know, I have money, but I don't even know where it's gone. Before I know it, it's gone. I don't know what I've spent it on. It just seems to like water through my fingers. Well, this helps that too. So that when you have this abundance, you can use it intentionally. There is no one interfering with your money such that your money just seems to disappear. As soon as you got it, it's gone. You earn a good salary. Money comes in, but by mid-month, you're broke. And you know you're not supposed to be broke. People are working money rituals, dark money rituals against other people. So that is very important. Another thing that I'm going to teach you, and I hope I don't get into trouble with this one, because we are not supposed to do any damage to these notes. I think even the spreading of cinnamon I showed you is not illegal. But we are not, we don't get governed by Roman Dutch law. So here's the thing. When you are going, say, to a consultation, or somebody says, please, can you lend me money? My number one advice is, do not give people cash in hand. People are doing the most with cash. However, if it's such that you do have to do cash, take the note, or whatever many notes there are. Tear off a small corner here, like this. If it's 250 Rand notes, 220, tear off. It doesn't make this useless. No, it's still fine, because what is required is in there, not at this corner. Do that with your notes. That person cannot work that money, because what a lot of people are doing is, as soon as you give them cash, they take that money, they go somewhere and they do dark rituals to use that money against you, blocking your finances in a way that is very difficult to undo. And by the time you are aware that your finances have been blocked by somebody, you're already in the red, or you're already you're in debt, right? You've gone to Mashonisa, you've gone to loan sharks, now you're in trouble. So in order to prevent that, always do that. Please don't ask me the magic behind this. You're just going to have to trust me on this one. Those on the continent probably know. Those who are sangomas like myself, you already know. This is what you do, right? For a lot of us who are healers, young healers, when somebody comes, if you have not been taught this, if somebody comes for consultation and they bring cash, you do not ever take that cash from their hand. Don't ever do that. The person puts the cash on the ground. You do whatever it is you do. They leave. You have a certain ritual that you know you can do using simple sniff on that money. On that money. You cleanse that money before you take it with your own bare hands. Because once again, there are people out there who are doing the most where cash is concerned. People are desperate. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But I hope this was useful for you guys. I hope that, for those who didn't catch the ritual, this is going to go up on YouTube. I'm going to go and post it as soon as I download it. So this thing you ask, where can I put this? It's entirely up to you. I know people who will wrap this whole thing in the red, right, to protect it. And then they will sort of leave some thread and they hang it in their car. So everywhere you go, all that is supposed to be yours, and any that is stray, that is coming to you. Or my little girl said she's going to put hers in her wallet, and I said, perfect place to put it, So cinnamon is a great abundance herb. Bay leaf is another one. So what we could have done is just that I didn't have bay leaf. We could have taken the cinnamon. We could have written on the bay leaf, money come to me, money come to me. Burnt the bay leaf, taken the ash, mixed it with the cinnamon, put the oil, mix it, and spread it on our note. That would have just bumped it up a notch. But you can use either cinnamon or bay leaf. I like cinnamon because cinnamon doesn't require burning. Bay leaf would have needed to do some burning, right? So there we go. I've given you guys a money ritual. I hope this is useful. What I would love for those who do this, go on the YouTube under the video and let me know if this ritual worked for you. I'd be interested. I've done this ritual several times. For me, it works almost instantaneously. My daughter laughed after we finished the ritual. We were just talking and suddenly, ding, ding, I got a ping from my bank. She's like, what? I'm like, She's like, is that going to happen with me? And I said, let's wait and see. So she went upstairs and I sent her some money. And she's like, hey, it happened to me. I didn't want to crush her little heart and say, wait, because it literally happened when we were talking. There was a notification and I was like, okay, there we go. So where does this abundance come from? You're asking. The abundance is going to come from your hard work. It means that anything that you work on is going to work, family. If you've got a business, even better. Your business will boom. If you have a business and you have a location, take this thing and go and put it somewhere in your business. You know what I mean? Put it in a little jar somewhere on a shelf where nobody sees it and be done with that. Wherever your abundance comes from, your abundance will come from people who've owed you money for years. And after doing something like this, because it's your abundance, right? That was your money that somebody took and promised to return and never returned. That money will start coming back too. So be open to the universe and its abundance and trust that, just know that your abundance will come. And then when your abundance comes, don't forget, you always do a smolinyana thank you. Even especially if it's an abundance that's coming and you weren't expecting it, like somebody who owed you, R5,000, $5,000 brings in. You take, 200 from that, go get a few things and do a smolinyana Thanksgiving. Because all of this is happening. It's not just happening in a void. Your ancestors also have some things that they orchestrate for you in that. You get. Because really they can block it if they decide to block it. So please do your abundance ritual. Let me know how you get along. And I love you, Black Nation. And see you on my next one. Thokozeni.